Good afternoon. I'm gonna make this video on a mode which I call it the hard mode for women. Hard mode for women, and I'm gonna address mostly my girl friends, and I will say it's hard mode for every woman who has been treated wrong. And I will say, those who do you wrong, men and women, but I'm gonna talk on the X factor. You know, S and the end X factor, the X question. Not question, issue, because I'm Brazilian. I made a mistake here. It's so hard for me. I don't like to talk about it publicly on a video, but I am not a coward. I am almost 50 years old, almost a century, almost half a century old. I am 49 years old, and I feel an obligation to contribute to emotional health and mental health. I will say X factor is important in everybody's life. We have seen videos on NoFap as an example, and it works. It's just that you have to know how to do it. It is not for every single person in the world and every situation. NoFap. It's about no PMO, and this is one thing. I'm gonna address this issue because it is important. I don't like to talk about it, but I feel I am obligated to do that for the good of many young women, girls, and also for those who are middle-aged like me. When you get upset with a guy because you are not satisfied with him concerning X things, most of the time, not always, but most of the time, the guilty one or the one to blame on is the guy, and 99% of the times he will blame on you for his incompetence on B. When you are getting together, he will say it's your fault, I am satisfied, let's say, and he will not admit his inferiority concerning this matter. He will try to make you feel like you are the one to be blaming on, and he will not be satisfied with his performance. He will say it's you. You are not woman enough, or you are incompetent, or you do not satisfy me, and you do not allow things to happen. You have to make it, or it's your problem, something like that. When many times he does not have even some experiences, he is like a newbie in that matter. For that matter, he will just fake, I know how to do it, but he's incompetent. He has not been doing that for long or many times. And then he will say, no, I am experienced, and he is not. He will just play a role in front of you. It's so ridiculous, and this is for 1% for a percentage of those silly guys, but some of them will tell you, I've had women before and it was fine for them. It was great for them. They would say I was great at that. And it's just that it may be a lie. If you investigate and go deep on that, women, go deep, investigate, you will find most of the times lots of women he and the other guys had before. Those women will say he was above average. I was not satisfied. He was silly. He took long, and I was not satisfied. I felt angry when he is lying. And for the naive ones, you will have women who would be pretending. They will be faking pleasure. Women faking pleasure. He will be feeling like I am good at that, but inside of his mind, he will know. He knows it's fake. Like some women, many women, they will be faking pleasure, like shouting, screaming, and squeezing, and contorting themselves, their faces, their bodies, like and stuff. When inside they will be thinking like, this guy horrible, but I have to fake, I have to pretend to fuck up his life, something like that. I don't want to be so I don't want to go so deep on this issue, but I will give a testimonial from my own life. I had an experience before. It was bad because the guy was he would take long. That's what I will cry over all the time. The guy took long, and once we were there, it was good because it was good, not because of him, because he was ugly. And I had experiences with many ugly guys throughout my life. Although I like myself, I consider myself very good looking, and so do many people. And the guy was ugly. He would take long, and once I was, he was on me like 5 minutes. I was almost there, and he would say, "We don't have time," and he packed his things and left. No, we left. We were inside his car. And that's all. I got like, and then he would blame on me like, for you, it is difficult. And I was like, oh, really? And some experiences later on, the guy was ugly. I was like, oh my goodness, he's ugly. And that's something we call here in Brazil broxante, ugly. I was disgusted. And then I would recall that one. For him, it would be easy because I am beautiful, but I am attractive. He was not the same for the guys I had. After, I would be crying because of that. Many times I would be crying, really, tears. And I was enraged. I had to use my own hand. I had to hide myself in shame for what was going on with me. I felt guilty. I was confused. I was enraged because NoFap is not easy, and it was not voluntary. I was not on NoFap voluntarily. That was incompetence because I was in a relationship and I had to use my hands. And not for him, like he would use my hand, he would use my body, but I couldn't use his because he was ugly and disgusting. I would be crying, tears. I am enraged. To this moment, I am enraged, and that happens because because libido power makes you strong, active, and if you do not release that through the flowing of this energy, it makes you angry. Okay, so for those who try to figure out what Kundalini is about, the Kundalini power is the libido power directed to many things, not only the X thing, but also to X thing. And those who are strong, mostly physically, those who are strong physically, they do have the libido power. It's strong too, and they are good at what they do. That is the X thing. This is for women to know, and I am strong. So the problem I am enraged is due to the partners I've had. Not many, few, just a few. Sometime I will say how many. It's ridiculous amount, like 2. Let's say I am almost 50.